If you enjoy crocheting top-down garments without relying on a pattern or gauge, this tutorial is perfect for you. I'll guide you through starting a pullover, and if you've made at least one top-down piece, you'll find it easy to finish this one on your own. Be sure to watch the entire process before starting your own piece, and do not be afraid to experiment. I like to start with a long chain to ensure I have enough space for the first row. Any extra chains left after completing the row can simply be unraveled. This method saves time by eliminating the need to count the exact number of chains at the beginning. Work a double crochet into the fourth chain from the hook. Followed by a chain 1 and 2 more double crochet stitches in the same chain. This completes the first shell. Skip the next 2 chains, make a single crochet in the third chain. Skip 2 more chains and in the third, work another shell consisting of 2 double crochet stitches, chain 1 and 2 double crochet stitches in the same space. Continue the pattern by skipping 2 chains, making a single crochet in the third, and repeating the shell pattern until you reach the desired length and number of shells. Unravel the remaining chains after completing the first row. Until you reach the last stitch. Then secure the thread. I make the first row long enough to cover the back of the neck and the shoulders, leaving the front open, as I will join the 2 parts later in the process. If you want a larger neckline opening, you can make the first row longer. Before starting row 2, let's separate the stitches for the front, back and sleeves and mark the places where we will work the increases. Place a marker on top of the chain 3 at the beginning of row 1 and another marker on top of the last double crochet of row 1. For the front, I have 1 shell on each side. Place a marker in the single crochet after the first shell on both sides. Each sleeve consists of 3 shells, so place a marker in the single crochet after the third shell. This leaves me with 7 shells for the back. Remove the marker and chain 3. In the first double crochet, work a shell. Place marker on top of the chain 3. In the chain 1 space of the shell, work a single crochet. At the marked place, work an increase shell made up of 4 double crochet stitches, each separated by a chain 1. Place the marker in the chain 1 space between the second and the third double crochet stitches. Continue the pattern by working a single crochet in the chain 1 space of each shell and a shell in each single crochet. When you reach the marker, work the increase, 4 double crochets, each separated by a chain 1. Mark the increase place for the next row. Continue following this pattern to complete row 2. Finish row 2 with a shell on top of the chain 3. As you can see, the neckline begins to take shape. In row 3, the only increases are at the beginning and end to continue shaping the neckline. Work a shell in the double crochet, a single crochet in the chain 1 space of the shell, a shell in the single crochet, oops, forgot to place the marker in the chain 3 at the beginning. Complete the shell. Over the increased shell, work a single crochet in the first chain 1 space, a shell in the second chain 1 space, place the marker in the chain 1 space of this shell, and a single crochet in the third chain 1 space of the increased shell. Continue row 3 with shells and single crochet stitches. Remember, over the increased shell, work a single crochet, a shell, Also mark the place for the increase in the next row. And another single crochet. Do not forget to work a shell in the last double crochet for the neckline. We are now connecting the two front sections. The number of shells at the front should match the number at the back. Since there are 7 shells at the back and only 2 on each front side, 4 in total, we need to add 3 more shells. To do this, make a chain. I don't count the exact number of chains, but approximate them instead. If it looks like more chains are needed, add a few more. Once it looks right, join the chain on top of the chain 3 and secure the thread to prevent unraveling. At this stage, I prefer not to cut the yarn in case adjustments are needed. Apologies, I didn't count the correct number of shells that we will have after completing the next row. We will place them in the single crochet stitches, which means we will have 8 shells for the back. We need 8 shells for the front as well, which will be placed in the single crochets, in the double crochet and chain 3, and 2 in the chain we just made. This chain is now quite long for what we need, but no worries, we will unravel the unnecessary chains. For the next row, join the yarn in the corner at the back on the right side. Chain 1 and work a single crochet in the same place. Then work a shell in the single crochet. Continue the pattern with shells and single crochet stitches. We have 8 shells at the back and have worked 3 on the right side. Now we need 3 more on the other front side and 2 over the chain. Let's finish the shell. Skip 2 chains and work a single crochet in the third. Skip 2 more chains and work a shell in the third. Skip 2 chains and work a single crochet in the third. Skip 2 more chains and work a shell in the third. We have added the 2 shells but are left with extra chains we don't need. No worries, we are experimenting and not afraid of mistakes. They can be fixed. Simply unravel the shells. Remove a few extra chains. And continue working in the pattern. We need to add one more shell to match the number at the back. Finish the row with a slip stitch on top of the single crochet. I really like this pattern because it creates a lower neckline at the front, making the garment more comfortable to wear. These are general guidelines for crocheting a top-down pullover without the need to make a gauge. I hope you find them useful and use them to create your own design. If you want a larger size, simply add increases in every row. If you want the neckline to be lower, work 1 or 2 more rows before joining in the front. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!